Oh, okay.
But you'll have to put up the words. I don't have them in front of me.
You don't
So
have
just,
the vote, so you
yeah, if
want
you
to,
put up,
yeah,
just come up
I will,
and I can
I
sing
will,
as I see it.
yeah, I will put up the words. Okay. Okay.
Baruch Ate, singt der Tate, unerzieht die Licht, und die Strahlen milde fallen auf sein blass Gesicht. Und auf Feier, heilig Teier, in die Augen leicht, und der Mieder mit die Glieder hat sich ausgegleicht. Und es dacht sich, und es tracht sich, s ist noch etwas da. S ist geblieben, was zu lieben, heilig ist die Schau. Alte Klangen, lang vergangen, nein, se klingt noch a Zint. Sing je Tate, Borechate, und ich bleibe dein Kind.
Bravo.
Wonderful.
Wow.
You see, there's always a solution.
Hashem done.
Thank you, Rafael. Thank you. Janet, will you start reading it?
Under President Biden. Thanks very much for joining us.
Rafael, das war wunderbar. We have listened to Avram Raisin's Pesach song Zog Maran, Say Marano, and his Kanike song Wenig sind an die Lichtler. The act when I light the little candles, the 8. Borak 8, Borak Ate is another Hanukkah song. Raisin was born in Belarus in 1876 to a Maskilic family who had him learn Russian and German in addition to Hebrew and Yiddish. He wrote articles in Yiddish at age 14 for the St. Peter's Yiddische Volksblatt, Jewish People's newspaper.
Good.
He worked as a teacher, then served for 4 years in the Tsarist army in a military band in Kovno. He was a journalist for Yiddish newspapers in Warsaw, St. Petersburg, and New York, and the prolific author of hundreds of short stories and poems. He wrote for the Socialist Bund, die Allgemeine Jiddische Arbeiter, Bund in Polen, Lithuania, und Russland, General Jewish Workers' Union of Poland, Lithuania, and Russia. His newspapers were sometimes legal, sometimes not.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you. Marie, will you continue?
Okay. In 1902, Raisin founded the Yiddish Verlag Central Publisher, which put out anthologies of poems and short stories. In 1908, he attended the International Yiddish Conference in Chernovets. Then he visited the United States. In 1910, he launched a Yiddish literary weekly in Warsaw, Europäische Literatur, I guess, devoted to translations into Yiddish from other languages. He moved to New York in 1911 and contributed to Vorwärts, the forward, Zukunft, future, Der Tag, the day, and Freiheit, freedom. He returned to Warsaw briefly, then settled permanently in New York in 1914.
Go on.
Solomon Golub set Borachate to music. Born in Latvia, he sang in the choir at the Great Synagogue in Riga. He immigrated to the U.S. in 1906, composed Yiddish art songs, sang for the radio, and made recordings. He performed at concerts where the audience was encouraged to sing along.
Thank you. Elaine? Just a moment before that. Beverly, yes. Beverly?
Yes, I had to yes, I just want to tell you that depending on what newspaper you read, it was your leaning politically. So people who read the Forward, I don't know, but my father read the Tug, and I don't know exactly what that meant. How I know how my father leaned, but different people read different. The different newspapers that you read indicated how you felt politically.
Still do.
I just thought you'd like to know that.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, that's correct.
So it was a
Okay.
big thing if you got published in more than one of them, and he was published in many.
Ben, yes. Okay, so Elaine, yes.
Ja. Borach Atta singt der Tata und zinnt die Licht. Blessed are you, sings the Father, and he kindles the light. Light. Und die Strahlen milde fallen auf sein blass Gesicht. And the rays gently fall on his bland, pale face, countenance,
right.
face.
Pale face, yeah. Go on, another one.
Und a Feier heiligt Heier in die Augen leicht, und der Mieder mit die Glieder hat sich ausgeleicht. And the fire, holy, dear, and his eyes light up.
Yeah.
And the tired one, I guess he's the tired one with his limbs, his legs, his limbs, hat sich stretch them out, but I think Oiska is like relaxed, he's sort of stretched out. That was the way I understood it.
Gleichen is to straighten up.
Straighten.
So you get the idea that all week he's bent over on the sewing machine. But now with the Hanukkah lights, it inspires him and it straightens up, I mean, both literally and figuratively.
Okay. Thank you, Elaine. Okay. Hilda, can you continue? Someone is talking.
Yes, I've got it.
Okay.
Und es dacht sich und es tracht sich. And he thinks and is it when it says dacht sich?
Yeah.
Is it reader, the singer thinks.
It seems to him.
Right.
It's
okay.
the father. It's about the father.
Yes. Okay. And it seems to him, and he seems to think, "Sis noch etwas and we as the listeners and the lookers on, we think, and we sis noch etwas do, and there's something stirring there.
Something else here.
Yes. Sis geblieben, was es ist geblieben, was zu lieben. There is something to love there. Heilig is die show. Holy is the hour.
Okay, thank you, Hilda.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Is geblieben? Isn't geblieben left?
Yes, left, right. There was something left here to
for living. There's something left for living.
Okay, just Maurice is answering. Just
right.
Maurice.
Geblieben mean it's still there. There's something still there to love.
Right.
The ritual, the candles, the inspiration is still there.
Okay. Vinkl, yes?
Yeah, I wanted to say Yeshkoach to Raful And then I was looking at that word, oisgegleicht, and one of the interpretations for Yesher Koach is Yeshar can mean to straighten out or to be in alignment. So, often when people in a synagogue or publicly do a mitzvah or a blessing or a bracha, afterwards people will come up and say, may your strength is in alignment. So oisgegleicht, right there in the song. The Father sings the blessing, and then he helps us straighten up, get in proper alignment. Because a lot of us, I'm bent over all the time. So thank you. I just saw oisgegleicht. It's another way to say Yesher Koach.
Isn't it Yesher Koach something like an affirmation?
Yeah, it is an affirmation, but there's different ways
that
to
also mean that holiness will be the result of all of this? Halak is the.
I think he's just saying that for the Father, it's like a holy time when he lights the candle, because it's a ritual, and it straightens up his limbs. It gives him hope because he's bent over all week doing a dirty job in a sweatshop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
one of the colloquial things people say, Yesher Koach is like, may the force be with you. And so that it's like the energy can run through if you're in alignment.
Well, Koach is strength.
Yeah, the strength,
Koach,
the power.
You should be strong, more power to you.
Right, and how do you become powerful if your chakras are in order? Okay, I said my piece.
Okay, I think we should go back to the song. Okay, let's, Beverly, please.
Alte Klangen, lang vergangen. Old bells long gone away. Is that right? Nein, es klingt noch.
Klangen is like sounds, music.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Old songs long gone away. Nein, es klingt noch. That's it. No, it's still. How do you translate klingt?
Rings. The song, the melody, the music still rings.
Rings. It's still ringing.
Right.
Zing je tate, porachate. So sing, Father, the song, the blessing, porachate, on ich bleib dein Kind, and I remain your child. It's so beautiful. Such a beautiful thing.
I love that last line.
Me
I
too.
just love it.
Me too. It's so beautiful. Brings you to tears.
Yeah.
Unestracht sich. Well, and it seems to me, and I'm thinking, Sis noch etwas does. There still is something here. Sis geblieben was zu lieben. It's been left over what to love.
No, it
There's
remains.
still something to love.
What?
Noch sis geblieben was to this. There is still something
left
worthwhile to love.
Right.
What is tracht? Isn't tracht planning?
No, it has a lot of meaning. Here it's just he's thinking. It seems to him that there's still something worth living for.
Halak is the how do you say Halak? Blessing. Holy is it week or time?
Time.
The time.
The hour.
This hour that he's saying the blessing and he's singing the song.
Holy is the hour.
Holy for him.
But the child is singing it to the Father, right? Is that correct?
Well, yeah, right. But right.
I just want to be sure I have the right one. Beautiful song.
The Father is singing. The Father is singing the blessing.
Right.
Yeah,
and that's what's making it holy for him.
Right.
But to the child, the child is considering this as a whole. It's both.
Right. That's right.
The Father and the Son. It's
right.
Beautiful song. Thank you, Maisha. I love that song.
Good.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
No, there is another one.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. Alte Klangen, lang vergangen. Okay, we said that. Old
melodies, old songs.
Old songs, they're long forgotten. Nein, es klingt noch, that's it. It's a repeat. No, it's still we still remember it. Sing je Tate, Baruch. So Father, sing the blessing. Und ich bleib dein Kind, and I remain your child.
Good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay. Susan, yeah?
With the new setup here, how do you ask a question? I don't see the way that you.
Reaction.
Where is that?
It's
Down
probably under the 3 dots where it says 3 dots in a circle and then it says more. It's
No.
probably hit.
It says reaction
Okay.
where you mute yourself.
React. You should see react with a heart.
Where you mute yourself. No?
I found the 3 dots.
So hold down on it and a bunch of choices will come up.
No, that doesn't work for me.
And it's usually,
on my
if you
device.
can't find anything, it's hidden
No.
away under the 3 dots because there wasn't room for it.
On my phone, it's between
Yeah,
participants and reactions.
I don't think she's on a phone.
But that might be on your device.
You
It's on the
don't see
bottom
like
of the
a
screen.
heart. You don't see a heart, and under the heart it says react.
Where do you mute yourself, Susan?
What?
Where do you mute yourself? At the bottom? I do it at the bottom. You have to touch the black part at the bottom or the top, I don't know. Wherever you mute yourself, you'll see reactions. Anyway, you can speak. You're there. Go ahead, talk.
Yeah, if you want to say something, say it.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't have anything now, but I just want.
Okay.
Okay, so that's yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Bob, yes.
Does anyone know how to make a PC camera work when it decides not to work?
Okay, so
it thinks it's looking for a USB camera for some reason, but is there some
I have
magic?
a suggestion, Bob and Susan. I have a suggestion. When we finish the class, stay online, and whoever has the answer will answer you. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Let's not do it right now.
No, but I think Mariv is the best to ask.
Yeah,
I don't know how to do
magic,
PC cameras, sorry.
Okay, but if someone has the answer, please stay. You know, when we finish at 12, please stay and answer Bob, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so, Vinkl, would you like to sing it again?
Yes, yes. Sing it again.
Baruch Ate, singt der Tate, unerzint die Licht, und die Strahlen milde fallen auf sein blass Gesicht. Und a Feier, heilig Teier, in die Augen leicht, und der Mieder mit die Glieder hat sich ausgegleicht. Und es dacht sich, und es tracht sich, s'is noch etwas da. S'is geblieben, was zu lieben, heilig ist die Schau. Alte Klangen, lang vergangen, neins klingt noch a Zint, sing je Tate, Baruch Ate, und ich bleib dein Kind.
Bravo.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Schönen Dank.
Vielen Dank, Raphael.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why does Morris Nurinsky look like a Choctaw Indian?
He has, you know, the menorah. He has a menorah, look.
Oh,
His head is
that's a different tribe. Okay, got it.
Okay. So
Well, I used to live in Oklahoma, so maybe that's where I got
Oh, that's it.
anyway, any question, any comments on the song before we continue?
No, but I have some nice.
Okay. Verzeih the nice.
I just got a note, and everyone from Houston will be happy that they're going to open a Trader Joe's in Bel Air. That's very important to us in Houston. That's what I just got a note.
Beverly,
Mazel tov.
the red in Yiddish in that Trader Joe?
No, but I'll tell you, they have the best frozen latkes if you don't want to make your own.
They got everything the best, but this is very good news for us because we feel very like an outlier, whatever you call it. Anyway, that made the day with the Yiddish.
Okay.
I
think
von Gott.
Anes, yeah.
I haven't had a good latke since my mother made it. They made it downstairs. I just took one look at it and walked away.
My daughter just said,
okay, so
it's a Hanukkah miracle.
Two people raised their hands. Let's go back to the Yiddish, okay? Steve and then Daniel. Steve.
I just wanted to tell you that if you go to Trader Joe's, make sure you get the pastrami smoked lox. Now, I'm going to warn you, I'm going to warn you, you better make sure that you can't get access to all your accounts because you will spend all your money eating that stuff because it's really good. But if you want to take the risk, Guy isn't the hate.
Okay.
I don't know
Daniel,
if pastrami smoked lox is strictly kosher.
I tasted it. It was kosher. I have a very fine palate for kashrut. I even make bacon kosher when I eat it.
Okay, it's Rebbe Heisler from now on.
Yeah, Rebbe Heisler. It's very easy to make something kosher. You're kosher, you're kosher, you're kosher. Genug. Okay, then.
When my
So it's unedible.
when my father was a young boy, he studied in the cheder, and the Rebbe used to say, Chazer gut, repeat well. So my father said, even the Rebbe used to say that you can make chazer.
Now, I have to tell you this quick story. You have to listen.
No, just a moment. Cookie, Daniel raised his hand before, so Daniel, then your quick story.
I just wanted to say how lovely it was to hear Raphael sing that, and I think you should sing all the songs from now on, every one of them.
Okay. Okay, now Cookie.
Okay.
Only if it's short,
This man, this Jewish man moves into this Catholic neighborhood. He's up in business. He's not doing very well, and he's about a half a block from the church. Well, the priest comes by Friday night, and he smells chicken being cooked. So he knocks on the door. Moshe answers the door, and he says, "Yes, Father, what is it?" He says, "It's Friday night. You're not allowed to eat meat on Friday night." He says, "Father," he says, "I'm not Catholic." He says, "I'm Jewish." He says, "You're Jewish?" He says, "Do you realize you're in a Catholic neighborhood? You're right near how's your business?" He says, "I'm doing very poorly." He says, "That's because you're Jewish." He says, "If you convert to Catholicism, you'll see your business will grow and you'll do very well here." So the priest goes away. He thinks about it, Moshe. He says, "Well, to make a living, I'll do it. What's the big deal?" He goes in and he goes to the church, and they give him the wafer and the water and everything. All right, now he's a Catholic. He comes home, and the next Friday passes. The priest passes by and smells the chicken. He said, knocks on the door, Moshe, and, "Yes, Father, what is it?" He says, "You're a Catholic now. You're not allowed to eat meat on Friday night." He says, "Father, I am not cooking chicken." He says, "What do you mean? I smell it." He says, "Come into the kitchen, you'll see." Comes into the kitchen, opens up the pot. Sure enough, there's a chicken in there. He says, "What do you mean? There's a chicken." He says, "No, Father. Before I put it in the pot, I took water and I said, once a chicken, now a fish. Once a chicken, now once a chicken, now a fish."
He converted the chicken.
Okay.
That reminded me when you said three times you do it. That reminded me of that joke.
Thank you, Cookie. Barbara, why did you want me to allow sharing? You had something in mind?
Oh, no, I didn't understand that. I wanted to send a message back to Vinkl, and I thought maybe it didn't go through because it said you have to put on the sharing. So obviously that's not correct. I apologize. Take me.
Okay, no problem. I thought that you have something that you want to share.
No, I apologize. I didn't realize what I did.
Okay, so I think we should go back to the story, to the parrot story about the Nes Hanukkah. Until now, we just got acquainted with the family that is teaching the small child the Reineke. He teaches him Dikduk, grammar, and there is the father, the mother, a sister, and a Zaide, and he has to do the teaching. He doesn't want to, but he has to because his mother is sick and he needs the money. But he comes and it's the eve of Hanukkah, and they say, well, there's no class today, there is no teaching today, but stay for like dinner or something. And then they ask him to tell them about what is Hanukkah, what is the meaning of Hanukkah. And that's where we stopped last time. So let me share the story with you.
The Wild Vanity Fair interview.
Someone is talking.
Yeah, I'll get it. Hold on.
Mute yourself if you're talking.
Leah, where's Leah? No, she stopped.
Okay, so we stopped here at 5 as is gewesen in der Zeit, and he starts to tell what is Hanukkah. So, Gittel, that's you.
Yep. Es ist gewesen in der Zeit, habe ich angeheuben. It was in the time I started, wenn die Griechen haben uns untergedrückt in Eretz Yisrael. When the Greeks oppressed us in Eretz Yisrael. The Greeks, nur der Alter hat mich über mit Zoyere Mina. The older one interrupted me with a sour look. In Shmona Esra state Melcha Yon Harasho. I don't know what that is.
Malchut Yavan, that's Yavan, Greek.
The Greek.
Okay.
The Greek kingdom.
Oh, okay. Es ist als eins, Minister.
No. We have to go back. In Shmona Esra state, in Shmona Esra, it's written, Malchut Yavan Haresha, the Greek kingdom, the Rasha.
Evil, the evil one.
Wicked.
Yeah, the wicked one, evil one. But Morty, can you tell us what is Shmona Esra?
Yes, it's the main prayer that we do every day, twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, aloud, and in the night prayer it's said silently only, and it's 17 blessings.
18.
Or 18 blessings, really. 18 blessings for different things. And in Hanukkah, when you say that prayer, as a matter of, we did it this morning too, you read a section that is specifically related to the story of the Maccabeans, the story of Hanukkah, as an insert. That is not read always, it's read only during Hanukkah.
Okay, and that's where it says Malchut Yavan Haresha?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Morty. Well,
There's also now Hanisim prayer for Pesach.
Yeah. So only for Hanukkah and Pesach, or there are also for other?
No, only in Hanukkah.
No, Pesach also.
This one is only in Hanukkah. For Pesach, there's a different one.
Right, but it's still on Hanisim.
Okay, thank you both. Okay, Gittel, go on.
Es ist als eins, Minister, bemerkt der Jünger Balabus. It's all the same, said the younger Balabus, the dad. Was bei uns is, what did you say this word was again?
Yavan.
Is by ze oder Griechen.
Avade.
What we call Yavan is what they call Griechen or Greeks. Die Griechen habe ich noch einmal angeheuben. The Greeks, I started again, haben uns schrecklich untergedrückt. The Greeks had horribly oppressed us. Es ist gewesen die erste Zeit von This was the worst time for the Jews. Es hat sich gedacht, als das ganze Volk wird schon untergehen. It seemed as though the entire people was going to untergehen, go down,
vanish.
Vanish.
Vanish, und verloren werden, and be lost. Noch etliche unglückliche Meridas, through some after some unlucky revolt, ist unsere ganze Kraft zugeschlagen geworden. Our entire force was beaten. Das letzte Punkt von Hoffnung hat sich ausgelöst. The last spark of hope was extinguished. Man hat in unser eigenem Land, they had to us in our own land, wie Verem mit de Fies getraten. They had in our own land stomped us like worms with feet, like worms underfoot.
Yeah, underfoot. Yeah, exactly. So just a moment, Vinkl, you will continue, but I just want to know if anyone wants to ask something or to comment something, if everything is clear. Okay.
Great reading. Very good reading.
So go on.
Der jünger Balabus hat schon lang nicht gehört. The younger householder had already not listened to me. Hat gebeugen de Ohr zu der Tür. He'd stuck his ear to the door. Sie zet nicht Emmett's klingen von seiner guest, to see if there wasn't any sound perhaps coming from the guest that they were expecting on the previous page. Nor der Älter lost von mir kein Oig nicht arab. The older one wasn't listening either.
No. He's not. He
didn't take his eyes off me.
Exactly.
Listening intently.
Yeah.
Und als ich hab noch einmal genutzt dem Wort untergedrückt, hat sich nicht eingehalten und gesagt. And because I had used the word oppressed, he couldn't hold back, and he said,
okay. Let me say, thank you, Vinkl. Okay, so Barbara, go on, please. Barbara?
I'm sorry. I have competition here at my side. That's why I muted. So please let somebody else do it. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. So Ralph, will you go on? Ralph?
Yeah.
Good.
A Mensch dort.
Red. No, red.
Oh, red. Reine Devorim. Untergedrückt. I can't read this, Shmi.
Yeah, unterdrückt Schmidt. So he's making fun of it, like, you know.
Oh, Unterschmidt.
Like
was zeig mir dort. So,
okay, so translate it, yeah.
A man talks cleanly. Devorim.
Devorim
is what?
What are they?
He's speaking like he's talking in the air, or he's talking nonsense.
A man should be explicit.
Oh, okay. Untergedrückt is oppressed.
Oppressed. That's what it means here. Unterdrückt Schmidt. Oppressed. So he's making fun of the word.
Okay. Oppressed. Okay. Was zeig mir dort? What does it matter to me? What does it help me?
Yes.
Man hat uns Pushet nicht gelost kein. They didn't let us anything.
Shabbos halten.
They didn't let us Shabbos halten. Kein Yom Tov machen. They didn't let us celebrate holidays. Kein Torah lernen und viele Mille verwehrt. And no Torah learning, and even bris going on.
Verwehrt is to prohibit. Prohibit.
Oh, forbidden. Okay, merely forbidden. Okay. Spielt ihr nicht Providence?
Preference.
That must
I think it's probably a card game.
Yeah, it's a game because I couldn't find it in the dictionary.
Yeah, I couldn't find it either. It's probably a card game.
Hat mich Raptum gefragt der Jünger Balbus. Efter nar in Akka.
It's translated as poker.
Oh, Efter Gur. Okay, poker. Okay. Efter Gur in Akka. So the younger one asked the younger Balabus asked if perhaps noch ein Akka. What does that mean, ein Akka?
Perhaps even poker you can play?
Perhaps, yeah, it's another game card. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, Akka. Okay.
Another. But does someone know what is raptum? Is it suddenly?
It's suddenly, and it's raptem.
Suddenly.
Suddenly.
Okay. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you. Michael Moore, can you read? Oh. No, Michael can, no, Rendick. Okay, got it. So Michael Fishman, please.
Okay. Es ist weiter still geworden. It became quiet again when ich habe weiter erzählt, and I carried on talking, telling the story. Die Lage ist mit dem noch ärger geworden. The situation with this became even worse. Was unser Adel und die reiche Leute haben sich ungeheben mit sehr Eigenvolk zu schämen. And it even became worse because our nobility and the rich people started mit their eigen Volk zu schämen, to be ashamed of their own people und ungeheben sich für Griechisch, and they started behaving like Greeks. Man hat ungeheben zu besuchen gymnasiums. They started to visit gymnasiums. The Greeks were very into sport and exercise. Sie und der Seide gucken mich beide unverwundert. She, that little girl, and the grandfather look surprised at me.
Just a moment, Michael, just a moment before you continue. Yes, Marty?
I just wanted to clear up one thing. It wouldn't be bad that they looked for gymnasiums. The thing was that the Greeks' gymnasiums, everybody worked nakedly, and that was the worst thing. And by the way, just one more thing: the Al Hanisim prayer that we talked about a little while ago is for Hanukkah, and the other holiday is Purim, not Pesach.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. Sure. Okay, Michael, go on, please.
Okay. In jener Gymnasiums habe ich weitergezogen, and I continued telling them that in those gymnasiums hat man nicht gelernt wie in die heutige. They didn't study like in today's gymnasiums. Man hat nur Gymnastik gemacht. They only did exercises und Dafka naked, and actually they did this naked und Zechorim mit den Kavers zusammen, and women and men and women together. Beide Augen haben sich zurück herabgelost. Both pairs of eyes looked down again. And or far das haben sich nur, I think that's dos. Is that dos?
Yeah.
But dos haben sich dem jungen Balabosses Augen zuflammt. But for this, the young householders' eyes flared up. What's red here? Oh, okay. How can you be saying this? What are you saying here? Talking about naked people. Ich entfer ihm nicht und erzähl weiter und die Theatern, and I don't answer him, but tell him further about the theaters, wo Menschen haben sich geschlagen mit wilden Chayas, where people fought with wild animals, oxen and bulls, und von anderen griechischer Minhagim and of other Greek habits, was haben gemusst dem irdischen Leben sein, zuwider, that were opposed to Jewish customs and life.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Thank you. Zuwider is to be foreign. To be
Sorry?
foreign. To be foreign. It was foreign to there.
It was foreign, yeah. It was opposed to them.
Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Michael, just a question. Is that a Shmuel Bach painting behind you?
No. Sorry. No? I wish it was.
Yeah, looks like. Okay. That was just out of the, Morty, you raised your hand, Morty.
No. I had forgotten to lower it.
Okay. So continue to read. Morty, go on. Das ist alles.
Das ist als für die Griechen noch wenig gewesen. All this was even not enough for the Greeks. Sie haben gewollt, they wanted, es soll von jüdischen Leben kein Zeichen nicht bleiben. That there would remain no sign of Jewish life. Und sie haben aufgestellt Mizbeach mit an Avodah Zarah inmitten gas, and they set up a Mizbeach is
an altar.
An
altar,
yeah.
Right? Sorry, an altar with Avodah Zarah is with I'm forgetting my English being in
idols.
Yeah, with idol worship, actually, with idol worship in the middle of the street. Ungehesen zeir makrev zayin korbones, and to bring to them sacrifices.
We had trouble with that, and the translation is commanded us to sacrifice to it. And that's what it says in the translation.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, geheißen. Had us or forced us or ordered us.
Okay, that's Russian.
That's Polish.
To znaczy.
It's Polish.
What are you saying? What do you say?
What are you saying? Hat sie übergefragt. She asked. Ich habe ihr verteidigt, I translated for her, und der Alter hat sich zu hitzt in Geärgert. And the old man got angry and got heated up and got angry.
Excited.
Excited and angry, yeah.
Yeah. Und a Chazer, dafke a Chazer soll men makro sein. And a pig, specifically a small pig, a piglet, to be brought there, to the altar. Und es hat sich getroffen a Yid, and it happened that the Jew hab ich weiter ungeheuben. I continued saying, was ist zugegangen zum Mizbeach, that went to the altar and hat gewollt bringen a korb, and wanted to bring a sacrifice.
Okay, Marty, thank you. Thank you, Marty. Sure. Louisa, go on, please.
Oh. Could I ask a question first?
Of course.
What does makrif sign mean?
To sacrifice.
To
sacrifice.
Right. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I lost the line.
Here, in der eigene Rege.
In der eigene Rege. At that very moment, would it be?
In that moment.
Yeah, that moment.
That moment. Is von die Berg arop der alter Maccabeer mit seine 5 Zin. So at that moment from the mountain came the older Maccabee with his 5 children. Either the griechische, I'm not so sure, Soldaten sind zu sich gekommen. Yeah. So, what would each one of the...
No. Either.
Before
the Greek soldiers.
Before the Greek soldiers got closer to him, right?
No.
Became aware.
Yeah, became aware.
Sind zu sich gekommen.
Came back to themselves.
Came back to themselves, yeah.
Because it was a surprise.
Before they realized it.
Before they realized what's going on.
Thank you. Hat sich der niederträchtiger, how do we translate that?
So the miserable apostate was lying in his blood, because the one who was doing the offering was they found a Jew. They forced somebody to come and make the offering, and so they killed the one who was about to make the offering.
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly does
niederträchtiger, low thinking.
Low thinking.
What's the exact meaning of that? The niederträchtiger.
Vile one.
Vile.
Okay. Scheun geboten in sein eigenem Blut. So he, again, what is that word? That word. How does that go into this? Already bathed himself in his own blood.
He was lying in his own blood because they killed him.
His own blood. Because when the Maccabees came down, so they killed him and he was lying in his own blood.
Der Mizbeach is given zustoßen. So the altar was
torn down.
Was what?
Torn down.
Torn down. Thank you. Is in ein Sekunde hat die Meride aufgeflammt. In 1 second, the rebellion became inflamed or activated.
Ablaze.
Say that again?
Ablaze is how they
Ablaze.
translate it.
So the rebellion became a blaze. Und die Maccabeer, how do you read that? Maccabeer or Maccabeer? Maccabeer?
Maccabeer.
Und die or Macaber maybe, right? Macaber mit a klein
Maccabeer, because
it's
there is
plural.
Okay,
Maccabeer.
thank you. Und die Maccabeer mit a klein bisschen Gevorim, so the Maccabeers with a small little
handful,
with a handful, very good, thank you, with a handful of heroes haben besiegt die 100-mal stärkere Gerieben. Griechen. Where is Griechen? So with a handful of heroes, they got themselves 100 times stronger. And Griechen?
Greeks, Yevanim, Greeks.
Stronger than the Greeks.
Yeah, no.
They attacked 100 times more Greeks.
Yeah, and besiegt is to be victorious. So they had a victory on the Greeks that were 100
times okay, more numerous.
Stronger, stronger.
Stärkere Griechen. Sie haben die Griechen vertrieben von Land, and they pushed the Greeks from the land.
Drove them out.
Drove them out. Befreit das Volk, and I guess scared the people.
No.
Liberated the people.
Okay.
Thank you. Freed.
That was hard. Thank you very much for your help.
Yeah, that was hard, but we are doing it together.
I love it. The harder, the most wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. Vinkl, yes.
Back to that word niedergeträchtiger. The person who was sacrificing to the pig or to the group, I don't think he was forced to do it. I think the whole thing is that some of the Jews chose to assimilate. Some of the Jews embraced the Greek.
I'm just customs. Reading the translation. That's
but
all.
I think it means the low thinker.
Yeah.
I think niedergeträchtiger
okay.
means that
we weren't there. We don't know.
But I think if we look at that word, it means that his thoughts had been converted, not just his actions. The Tracht.
No, but it says here, was ist zugegangen zum Mizbeach und hat gewollt bringen a korban.
Right,
So
they
wanted
bathed him. Okay, what do you say? What's your interpretation?
So he wanted und hat gewollt bringen a korban. So he wanted, so it doesn't say anything about forcing him.
Okay.
I mean, that's why a lot of people don't want to celebrate Hanukkah, because it's not really about defeating the Greeks. It's really about defeating those who choose to observe their own tradition, their Jewish traditions in a different way. But okay, it's Jews killing Jews.
Anyone knows the names of the Maccabim?
No. Yehuda.
Only Yehuda.
Maccabi.
Yeah, well, we used to know it, we studied it at school, but except for Yehuda and Matityahu, I don't remember any.
Eliezer, eldest son, Simon, John, and Jonathan, and Judah Maccabee.
Again, Gittel, again.
Eliezer, eldest son, Simon, John, and Jonathan, and Judah Maccabee. It's from a song from Sunday school.
Wow. Very good.
Okay. Well, we studied it at school, but it's been a while, so a long while. So anyway, until now, everything is clear. Someone wants to add anything to? Yeah, Louisa.
I just wanted to ask Vinkl to elaborate on what you were saying about some people not wanting to celebrate Hanukkah because
it's Jews killing Jews.
It was
It's
a
one set
civil
of zealous
war.
Jews saying that everyone should observe Judaism the
Well, it
same way
was
they
in
do.
part a civil war,
It
but
was
in
a
part
civil war.
a war against the Greeks. I mean, it's a classic
But this
story of
teacher,
imperialism.
this
You
Lehrer,
have,
this
the
tutor in
French
our
going to
story, his teacher.
Indochina, and you've got Vietnamese fighting on the French side. You have Americans going into the Philippines, and you have Filipinos fighting on the American side. I mean, I think it's pretty much a given that whenever there's imperialism or colonialism, and you have a large foreign power come in and try to establish its norms, there are going to be some people who are going to go along and some people who aren't.
We call them collaborators, right?
Okay, but it's not so. I mean, the story of Hanukkah is not so different from, any number of countries in Africa and Asia, South America. I mean,
Yeah, but I've been reading a bunch of articles. There was a bigger thing going on, which was that the Greeks had a whole different way of looking at life. They were into philosophy and, a lot of secular stuff. And some people were comfortable with that and were starting to adopt it. And some of the very religious people pushed a whole thing to keep the old traditions.
That's right.
Okay, but you see the parallel with what's going on at the time of Peretz?
Oh, that's interesting. What do you see?
There is a parallel here between the people that want to keep, the religious ones and the ones that are enlightened and wants to, some of them wants to assimilate and to adopt the traditions of, the people that they are living in.
Sure.
That's what I think. I don't know.
I think you're right. It goes on all the time, right? In every different period, there's some people who want to be less ritualistic and some that want to be very ritualistic.
But I think at the time of parents, it was very visible. It was a strong tendency. But I see people raise their hand, so let them speak. So Steve, Morty, and Louisa, that's like this. Steve, please.
Yeah, I just want to point out, at least from my perspective, that most history is written by victors of things. And so to call somebody a collaborator is to say, well, the people who won are right and everybody else is wrong. The other word you could use is revolutionary. People were changing or trying to change and didn't win. So, I mean, it's hard to put these things in context unless you see. I think what you said, Mina, is very, very good. It puts it in a different context in a different time, and we can see it differently. Those of us that are not religious, that are still Jewish, are the recipients of those efforts many, many years later.
Thank you, Steve. Morty?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that the Jewish tradition, and especially from Chazal and the Talmud, completely erased the concept, the idea of the civil war, and specifically converted this into a story about the miracle of Hanukkah and the fight against the Greeks. Nothing about the problem between the Jews.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you, Morty. Louisa?
Yeah, I just wanted to comment that on the fact that every single Jewish generation were in all the countries of the diaspora throughout space and time have always had this dialectic opposition between those who want to be more observant and those who do not want to be more observant. So it's a characteristic of, I think, of a human Jewish nature, that some people want to go exactly by the book and other people do not. And obviously assimilation into the neighboring cultures has a lot to do with that. And even our own sages became very interested in the Greeks. Maimonides was, I think, interested in Greek philosophy, and I think he was an Aristotelian, if I'm not mistaken. But the point is that they were very attracted by the Greek culture. It was obviously something something interesting for them. So,
yeah. Thank you, Louisa. Thank you, Rochelle.
I'm very secular. I grew up secular, but I see the religious Jews as the keepers of the flame. Had they not been in opposition all through history, we might have vanished as a people. So I have some feeling and respect for their point of view, even though it's not one that I would adopt for myself.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Rochelle. Okay. So let's continue. I think, Vinkl, that's yours.
Zum Andenken von dem Sieg, to commemorate, or as a commemoration of this victory, hat ich geendigt mein Erzählung. I finished my saga. Sinden mir ad hayom unser orme illuminatia, unser Chanukah licht. We light this very day our poor illumination, our Chanukah lamp.
Ad hayom is to this day.
To this very day.
Very day. Yeah.
Was ist aufgesprungen von Alter, der Alter und hat gezittert von Zorn? What? The old gentleman sprung up and trembled with fury. Das ist der Ness? This is the miracle? Aher Shmirka, come here, Shmirka. I think that's the name of the grandson.
Shmirka is the name, yeah.
Hat Geschrei getan zum Einikel. He screamed at the grandson. Was hat sich vor Schreck noch weiter abgerückt, who out of dread moved farther away. Der Alte klappt in Tisch rein, als es klingen die Teller. The old guy banged on the table so that the dishes jingled. Was hat sich, the Alte, my eyes are bothering me. Okay, so der Ness is gewesen, the miracle was, as melchot arois getrieben die Toma Yavonim. The miracle was that when the despicable, ritually unclean Greeks were driven away, es is nicht mehr geblieben wie ein Kriegel kosher boimoil. There was only one little cruise of kosher olive oil. Nor hat sich zu hust, but he coughed. Und nicht gekonnt dem Atem happen, and he could not catch his breath. Der junge Balabas is zugelaufen und hat im Arois geführt in der zweite Stube rein. The young master of the household ran and guided him into the other room.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you, Vinkl. So here is exactly what Morty said before, that the religious people are putting thinking that the Ness, that's the Obzar, that's the major thing. You see it?
Where?
The Ness is given. Yes. So that's what he is stressing out, whereas the writer, the one that is telling, the teacher is focusing on the national thing, on the historical thing. So, any questions?
But even the what he's saying is liberationism is miraculous. I think he is saying that freedom is a miraculous achievement. It's not just freedom from the Greeks, but it's freedom itself.
Don't know. Any other comments or questions? No. Okay. So, Daniel, I saw that you are There is Daniel and there is another Daniel. So Daniel with a W afterwards. Are you still there? No, no, he's not. I don't see him.
No,
Okay,
Daniel.
no, it was at the beginning. Yeah, okay. So Karen, please, can you continue?
Yes. Ich will herausfinden, nur sie verhält mich. I wanted to leave the house, but she delayed me. She stopped me. Sie sind, I can't read that word.
It's gegen. It's
Gegen. Gegen, against.
Oh, sie sind gegen assimilatia. They are against assimilation.
Are they?
You are against assimilation.
No.
It's a question.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a question.
Zai. The verb, the imperative of to be. You're against assimilation.
No.
Hat sie mich gefragt? She asks me.
No, I think the question is, are they against? They.
Yeah,
Yeah. Are they against assimilation?
Yeah,
She
so
asked me.
are the Maccabim against assimilation?
Yes.
Hat sie mich gefragt? She asked me. Assimilieren hat ich ihr geantwortet. To assimilate, assimilation, I answered her, haste verzehren. That's, you say, devour.
Yeah, devour.
Aufessen, eat up. Und verdehen, digest. Wir assimilieren Rindfleisch. We assimilate beef, Brot, bread, und uns willen andere assimilieren. And we want other. I'm not
Others wish to assimilate us.
Yeah, others want to assimilate us.
Thank you. Aufgessen wie Rindfleisch und Brot. Devour us like beef and bread. Sie schweigt a paar Sekunden und fragt danach erschrocken. She was silent for some seconds, several seconds, and asked, shaking, Wellen then...
No, the erschrocken is not exactly, fearfully.
Fearful.
Fearfully.
Thank you. Wellen denn ewig sein Krieg und Streit zwischen Völker. It's forever. Forever there is war and conflict. Will there be war and conflict among people forever?
Yeah.
Nein, no, hab ich geantwortet, I answered, in a gewissen Punkt müssen sich alle Völker vereinigen. No, at a certain time, all people must unite.
Okay, thank you, Karen. So, what I wanted to point out that what he's saying here about uniting, that all nations will be united, that was even, before the European Union, but it was there was a tendency among scholars, among people at the time, to push towards a unification of all people, and especially in Europe. And there are many books and articles that are dealing with these questions. Can all nations be united? And many people, many scholars said yes, it can happen. It was a very optimistic view, but unluckily, it's not true.
People are people, and they're
People are
tribal.
people. Exactly.
People are tribal. We just are.
Yeah, but read the next two lines. It's a very thoughtful thought that he's saying here about why. Read the next two lines, please.
But that was, we will continue we will do it. But I just wanted to point out that that was a line of thought at the end of the 19th century and at the beginning of century, that it's a possibility, the solidarity of nations. So Rochelle and then Daniel.
Yeah, the metaphor of assimilation as being eaten up is kind of amazing and very strong.
He's saying the way that we'll all agree is when everyone is allowed to be themselves. Talking about individualism.
That's a very socialistic view that really never happened. So
no, but the metaphor I think is very powerful here.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was kind of stunning when I figured out what he was saying there. Assimilate, to digest. It's not. And to become assimilated means to be devoured.
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel, can you continue? Daniel.
I was just gonna, share a wee bit talking about like about how people come together. And I'm sad you've lost that idealism. Oh my God, every anarchist I know is all in on the idea. But it wasn't that long ago that people considered themselves completely contrary and oppositional tribes. Bavaria in Germany viciously hated Prussians and were very rigorous for their independence as recently as 1910. And now the idea of a separate Bavaria is completely unthinkable. And the EU, with all the problems that does have, I think that there is hope for this internationalism even today. But of course, there are a whole lot of bumps on the way there.
Yeah, but okay. I let other people. Luisa, please.
Yeah, Mina, can you mention a book about the solidarity of nations that you were discussing? Does an author come to mind?
One of them is the one that I wrote the biography about, is Rudolf Rocker, but it's too specific. And he wrote about formation of nations that, he preceded the European nations. But he believed in the goodness of people, in the availability of nations to adapt and to adjust to each other. But as I say, it's a beautiful sentiment, but not a realistic one.
Yeah, I'm asking you because
it's nationalism and culture. It's called. The book is called Nationalism
and Culture. I'm going to buy it or get it.
There is you can find it online. You don't have to buy it.
Nationalism and Culture, because
you can find it online.
I'm researching exactly that topic now for the work that I'm doing, and I've been fascinated by the concept that actually at the beginning of the 19th century, nationalism was what began to emerge among the peoples that were under the huge empires, such as the Austro-Hungarian Empire, who obviously had all the Jews, and then the Russian Empire, and then the Ottoman Empire. And they all ended up falling because of the problems with all the nationalities that they had to control and that they could not control.
Yeah. Thank you, Luisa. Okay, so let's continue. We are here. 9, Rochelle.
9 hab ich geantwortet. No, I answered. In a gewissen
Punkt. Müssen
sich alle Völker vereinigen. At some point, all the nations must unite. Und der ist, and that is, die Menschheit soll jeder bei sich tun, was man darf, that each group, each folk should do by themselves what they need, wollen sich schon alle zusammentreffen. So that way everyone will meet. Sie hat sich vertracht. She thought about it. Ich will weiter deren reden, nur mir haben über a clap.
Act
über a clap in the tier, but we were interrupted by a knock on the door. Die Mama geht. The mother is coming. Hat sie still ausgeschrien und antläufen. And so she shouted out quietly and left. A weggehendig. Oh, weggehendig. I have trouble with the nuns and the gimmels.
Yeah.
Der langt sie mir das erste Mal die Hand. As she's leaving, she stretches out or gives me for the first time her hand. She shakes my hand.
Okay, thank you, Rochelle. Vinkl, I saw that you raised your hand before.
Yeah, I raised it and then I decided I would hold my tongue. But as long as you're calling it, I mean, that sentence in a gewisse Punkt, I think it means in a certain point, like on one certain point that we must all agree, rather than at a certain point, because it could mean at a certain point in time, but I think it doesn't. I think it means in this particular point, this certain thing, meaning Menschheit. And maybe this also is kind of, what is there a difference between humanism and humanitarianism?
I think Menschheit is your humanity. That's what
humanity?
I think.
Yeah, I thought there were
That's
three.
What I think. Am I right, people?
That's how it's translated.
But I don't think it's,
humanity.
But I mean, I guess even in English, I'm not sure the difference between humanitarianism and humanism. But I would think it's the ism rather than humanity.
But here, where he says "Soll jeder bei sich tun," it's not the Menschheit here doesn't refer to the unification. It refers to each one doing what they should do for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I translated it as each folk or each group should do for themselves. This Menschheit isn't part of the unification sentence yet.
Yeah, but there is an intrinsic problem here, because if everyone is doing what's best for him or for him as a nation, it's not good for other nations.
But I think the real problem doesn't occur in that kind of isolation. It's in the conversion of trying to make others be like you are. The idea of living side by side and being different is what I got out of that.
Okay, let's see what Marie has to say.
You're hitting on something I've been thinking about a lot, and that is, if you come down where people can have more control and at a smaller level, where you don't have huge empires, where people can be closer to their government, then you can figure out for yourself what would work in your local area instead of commands coming down from way high up that have no idea what's really going on. Okay, I think that's what they're talking about.
That's what anarchism is all about.
Yeah, well, just to take this down to a more local level, this is one of the problems on Long Island where I lived and taught, is that the larger the school district, the less control exactly
each group had, but when the districts were small and they could be governed by the people who are actually in that district and lived there, things were, smaller campuses were really much better.
Yep. Smaller countries like Liechtenstein and Luxembourg and many more do way better than the big countries because the distance between the government and the lowest person is much smaller and you can have more effect.
Marie, they're doing better because they are tax havens. That's why they're doing better.
Yeah, but it's also a kind of monoculture when you have a small group. I mean, we have so many different cultures.
Oh, we could argue about this for an hour.
Okay, but I suggest we finish the story. And then we can continue arguing. So Harriet, can you finish the story for us, Harriet? Harriet, you're with us?
Yes, I can. I just had to take the door. Sorry.
Okay.
Dem zweiten Tag in is or in
der Früh.
In der Früh noch lehen dich in Bett hat ich derhalten a Brief durch a Post Apostel
Apostlenitz.
The second day, early in the morning, after lying in bed, I received a letter from the post.
No, by messenger.
Oh, by messenger, sorry. Der Convert hat ihr Vater Firma. The letter had the envelope had her father's signature, Jakob Berenholz. Jacob Berenholz. Das Herz klappt in mir wie bei a Gazlan. My heart beat like that of a thief. Inne wenig is mehr nicht gelegen, nor 10 Rubel fahren Chodesh. Inside was no more than 10 rubles for the month.
It's was.
Was hat sich noch nicht geändert. Does that mean there's it's done for?
No, so there was only 10 rubles for the month that was not finished yet. So the month was not finished yet.
Ois Lexia, no lesson.
No more lesson.
No more
lesson.
So is he saying he didn't get paid enough? He's unhappy?
Well, he got paid, but that's it. So it won't continue.
Oh, they're not going to have him anymore.
Right.
Yeah, they're not going to have him.
A very subtle firing.
A very subtle firing. He didn't like the way he explained what Hanukkah is.
Yeah.
Good Yontif. Good Yontif Hanukkah.
Good Yontif Hanukkah for alle. Any questions, any comment before we're leaving?
A wonderful story.
Well,
very special.
It brought, a lot of discussion, and that's what I'm usually looking for. And we can continue to discuss nationalism from here to eternity, because nationalism and religions are the most powerful things that exist. I think so. So
you're right.
Anyway.
They drive wars, that's for sure.
Yeah. So Vinkl and then Louisa.
Don't forget his poor mother who needs the warm socks. He doesn't have the job anymore. He's not going to buy her socks. She's not going to be able to get out of bed because I trust that Felder more than any when he talked to him. So that was his motivation in teaching this and going to this family. He only did it for his mother.
For his mother, yeah, I know. Yeah.
And he liked the girl.
And the girl.
No, that could have been the miracle too, is that she finally talked to him. So that was the miracle of the hand. She put out her hand. So they did join hands. When we talk about all people being united, at least these two had a moment of touching each other.
Oh,
Miracle,
I think he's just
Hanukkah.
excited because he's got the Hotspur and it makes him hopeful. I don't think it's any bigger than that.
Okay, Louisa.
Yeah, so I'm sorry I missed the end. I have to take a phone call, but I really love this story. I appreciate the story, and I just looked up your reference also, Mina, this author that you were researching. I know that you're an expert on anarchism, and he was an anarcho-syndicalist.
Exactly.
And that reminds me, I think that the current president of Argentina has described himself also as an anarcho-syndicalist. Wow.
That's him.
Wow. Fantastic. Kol hakavod.
What is
Congratulations.
anarcho-syndicalist? What does that word mean?
It means a way of thinking. It means a way of thinking, a part of anarchism. Anarchism has many branches. This is one of them. But let's not enter this, We are in Hanukkah. Let's talk about Hanukkah, not about things that that needs too much explanations.
But
so anyway.
Interestingly enough, I just read, Googling up this particular author that you researched. Apparently, in his book, the book that you quoted, Nationalism and Culture, he compares with ancient Greece the concept of the Greek culture and so forth.
Because Greece at the time, and even I think today, was one of the, how do you say it? Even Apina, the
cornerstone.
A cornerstone of civilization.
Absolutely.
And look at places in Hilda, in England, they still study, the university, they still study, classical studies,
Absolutely.
Greek, Latin.
Absolutely.
So that's one of the things.
I know that it was fascinating to Jewish intellectuals for centuries.
Well,
anyway, yeah, Cookie.
We call, oh, sorry.
Cookie, but you're muted. Unmute yourself, Cookie. In the meanwhile, any more comments?
I was just going to say, we call Maimonides. We rarely call, I mean, I'm talking with secular people. We don't call him Rambam. That's, the more observant, whatever. But Maimonides and Nachmanides and those were all, that was all, Greek. It's all the Greek influence.
Absolutely. I think that Maimonides was the Aristotelian. I need to look it up just to make sure. But Nachmanides was against him in that.
But still,
that is what I understand.
But still the name. The name.
Also the name synagogue. We go to synagogue.
Let Morty speak, please.
I just wanted to mention that, yes, it's true that Rambam and others were Aristotelians or whatever, but for them, their Aristotelianism was in the way of understanding things, in the way of processing mentally different ideas. And that didn't interfere at all with their religiosity. So they kept their traditions, they kept their religious conceptions, but used Greek philosophy to understand and to get ideas about that. Never trying or wanting to change their traditions, their rituals, or their way of life.
But I mean, it just shows the influence, even though it wasn't what the Greeks wanted, but it still shows, what the Jews took, right? We always take from the civilizations that we live in, like the best of it, you know, even if we keep our own, but we always incorporate. We always, you know.
The more power to them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Daniel.
Just like, I was just to like sort of reassert the point about like, how much the Jewish communities have taken and adapted and not completely changed, remaining Jewish. Like Yiddish, a Germanic language with Slavic and Hebrew roots in a Hebrew alphabet. Judaism Jews in many ways have become a transnational and in some ways even supranational entity. We talked earlier about the joke of a French king and a German king yelling at each other through two Jewish scribes writing in Hebrew. Like, and obviously, we could all go on and on about the arguments of nationalism and internationalism, but I think it's kind of beautiful that Judaism has happened so far. Like we talked about earlier, how strange it is that the oldest Yiddish text was written in Cairo. Like it's just sort of almost unimaginable to think in a period before modern communications that Jewish life was simultaneously so diverse, so international, supranational, while also still being one part of one greater whole of Jewish life. That's just sort of amazing to consider.
Whoa.
Not just written in Cairo, but written in Arabic.
Yeah.
I think I'm here now. Yes? Pass me. Shane Goods?
Yes.
I want to tell you where I went last night. I went to I listened to this concert. The man who was on a tour was one of the hostages from Israel, and it was a Hanukkah. He lit the Hanukkah candles. There must have been hundreds and hundreds of people there. It was so thrilling. It was so beautiful. Everybody was going over. I was one of the VIPs because each ticket was $65, and I paid much more. So I was a VIP, and they called him over to come take a picture with me. I wasn't going to go over to him.
Okay, what was his name? I've heard about this from.
I don't know his name.
Eli Sharabi.
We have a brand new Chabad right around the corner from.
Sharabi. Thank you.
I don't know. They took over a CVS. It's huge, a huge Chabad with a theater. And his mother was there, and it was so touching when he lit the candle. He was 2 years, over 2 years, 2 to 3 years. They beat him, they starved him.
Yeah,
but this was Hanukkah.
We had
Hanukkah, and he lit the candles. It was so thrilling. It was just so thrilling to see him and everything. Yeah, it was.
Thank you, Cookie.
It was a wonderful evening. It was a wonderful Hanukkah evening. Yeah.
Thank you. So, just a question. If I will bring something a little bit difficult, will it be okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
We want to learn.
Okay, no, it's a bit difficult,
And Uncle Nicholas philosophy in Yiddish.
Okay.
Minna, does Susan still need help or anybody else? I'll stay on if you just.
I don't see Susan. I think
Susan dropped off. Okay.
Dropped off, and Bob as well. So.
Okay.
But you say that you cannot help Bob.
Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
I can tell him what he needs to get his helper to help him with.
Okay. Can you message him? Can you write an email to him?
Okay.
Okay. Happy Hanukkah, everyone.
Happy Hanukkah.
Anybody staying on for a little gossip?
I cannot. I have a dentist appointment, so sorry. Bye.
No.